Zel Boy Army, what is going on? It's your boy Zelonius, my beautiful spicy friend back here, Mr. Ainsworth, here today with another banger of a video for you. Massively appreciate the support in yesterday's video, the most successful start to a video I can remember. Appreciate it so much. I realised I accidentally forgot to put the clip in that showed the player instructions. That is now the pinned comment on that video. I will also add that clip into the end of this video so you boys can watch the instructions to go back on the last video. It wouldn't let me edit the video and put it back in, and I didn't think it was worth taking the video down. Apologies about that again. Today's video though, we're looking at the best value players in FIFA 20, the ones with 5-star weak foot. 5-star weak foot is something I go on about so much on this game. Anyone who watches this channel a lot will know that 5-star weak foot is essential on this game, in the attack in particular in my opinion. It's one of the most important stats you can get in the game, so I've spent some time doing some research to find you guys the best 5-star weak foots in the game. If you like this type of content, please subscribe. I'm putting out this type of content every single day. We're nearly at 11k subs. That'd be sick if we could hit that in the next day or two. Boys, I appreciate the support so much. The next few days we've got coming up, I rate your teams. I'm going to put a tweet out tonight where I rate your guys' teams. Comment on my tweet. You need to be following me, so at Zelonius on Twitter, link in the description below. Follow me on Twitter, reply to that tweet with your team to get a chance for me to rate your team for free and get involved in tomorrow's video. And then after that I'm going to start maybe doing some more looking at attacking tips, showing how to use the formations in more depth. Might do some squad builders with certain budgets. I'm trying to make content that improves you guys at FIFA and helps you guys as much as possible, the type of content you want to see. Any particular videos, please let me know. Let's get into today's video. Okay boys, you want to stick around to the end of this video because I'm going to be showing the instructions again from the 4-2-3-1 from yesterday, but we're also going to be going through some of the best 5-star weak foot players on the game, but most importantly the best value ones, the ones who are going to make a huge difference to your team and change your team because they're insane players, but also reasonable prices. But first I just want to talk about this SBC that was announced today, something that most people might not think about. This card here, Christian Fuchs, fantastic card. He's an 89 rated left back, but what I'm saying is it, don't look at him as a left back, look at him as a centre back. Stick a shadow on him. I believe in chem styles, by the way. That's one video I'm probably going to do. I'm probably going to look at how you can add chem styles to players, the difference they make, my views on chem styles, and what type of chem styles I'd put on certain players. He'll be on 7 chem if you put him as a centre back. Don't play him as a left back, play him as a centre back. His stamina, balance, agility, and decent pace but not rapid pace aren't the best at left back, but if you put him as a centre back, the stamina's completely fine. He's very good on the ball for a centre back, especially with that passing. His weak foot's a slight issue, but he's good enough on the ball, he can get away with that. But then he has 95 pace, 99 strength and aggression, insane defending stats. This Christian Fuchs for 100 to 200 grand on 7 chem at left back, well, 7 chem if you put him as a centre back, genuinely is probably a top 5 centre back in the game. And I can't imagine he costs a lot. I haven't seen the price yet, but it looks somewhere around 100 to 200k from what I could see. He is one of the best centre backs in the game, very cheap, Premier League. Cool player to use. He's 6'2", 99 aggression is one of the biggest stats in the game to have. He has the strength, very good on the ball, very good defending stats. He's rapid. He's comparable to 1 million coin plus icon centre backs. Unreal value, and I genuinely would recommend him. I wouldn't recommend many untradables at this time of year, but this Christian Fuchs is that good that I think he's insane value. I'm going to do him on my Xbox team and try him out. Okay, we're on the Footwiz website today because I've tried all day to be able to record this video in game, but the website is the only option right now because FIFA servers have been down all day and I still wanted to get you guys the video out at a reasonable time. I'll be streaming later on my PS4 Road to Glory, probably like 9 PM UK time tonight if the servers are back up, so make sure you check the link in the description below to check out my stream, get more access to me, get to ask me questions, watch some live gameplay, and I'd love to be an educational interactive streamer as much as I'm on YouTube, but you get to see it live. Okay, we're looking at all 5-star weak foot players. We started at the most expensive. None of these are going to make the cut. Obviously, these are all insane cards, but they're not good value, so we don't really care about any of these. One thing I will say, and we'll look at a lot of the different cards, is this birthday Mbappe, although he's not very good value in the sense of he still costs a ridiculous amount of coins, he's probably better than mid R9, and he's nearly 2 million cheaper, and he's still got very good links. What I like to do in these videos is talk to you guys about different price options from elite teams all the way to cheap teams. So we're going to go through all the different cards, look at the 5-star weak foots. I want to give you guys lots of different options and talk about why I think they're so good. Any opinions if you disagree with, if you agree with them, please let me know. I want to help you guys out as much as possible. Dalglish I use in my team. I don't think he's that good value, to be honest, but I love using this card. Fantastic card. Pogba, don't think he's that good value. Most of these just aren't going to be good value, sadly. Nedved, again, not very good value. Del Piero, too clunky. Ribery, overpriced. I thought he'd be cheaper than that, but that's a bit overpriced. Okay, Bale, I've not used the card, but it is a very good card on paper. Put an engine on him. Looks very good. Maybe even a sniper. Let's have a look what a sniper does. Sniper looks pretty good because I don't think balance is actually that big a deal. I just don't know, would it be too clunky because he's 6'1", that body type? I wouldn't recommend this card flat out because I've not tried him, but I've played against him and he seemed pretty damn insane still. Okay, Richarlison. He's not cheap. Alan St. Maxim, I've tried him. Don't recommend him. I don't think he's good value. Griezmann, I think it's pretty good value for the links, what he can offer as a cam. Rashford, decent. Like I said, we're not talking about good value. They're not going to fit into cheap teams, but we're going to get to some of the cheaper options later on in the video. I want to talk about these guys who a lot of people can afford still and want access to. I want to talk to you and tell you which of these guys I think are actually decent price. Richarlison. This guy is honestly really good value still. I know he's not cheap, but he is comparable to mid R9. I used mid R9 for nearly 1,000 games probably this FIFA. I used Richarlison for about 300-400. Richarlison was about as good. Probably slightly worse because he didn't feel quite as good on the ball and he was a little bit slow, but he's physically better with the aggression. He's about as clinical, his passing's better. I don't care too much 5-star weak foot, but this card is 1.2 million coins. Mid R9 6 million right now. This Richarlison is insane value, easy to link into your teams. I love this card, and if you've got an elite team with a good budget, he is an insane striker or cap. I don't want to hear people saying, Zell, you talk about best value players. 5-star weak foots come at a premium. They changed the game because of how unpredictable they make you in attack. Until recently, there wasn't a lot of elite options at 5-star weak foot who were reasonable prices. Richarlison is one. Most 5-star weak foot players are stupidly overpriced. He genuinely isn't. So I don't want people to say, oh, he's over 1 million coins. He's Zell. No. He's insane. He's unreal. I highly recommend this card. He's one of the best cards in the game, arguably. This Van Dijk is not worth the extra coins, to be honest. Weak foot centre back. As long as it's 3-star better, doesn't make too big a difference for the most part. Butragueno, not bad. The main issue with this card is the skill moves. But he's quick, got good finishing, he's good on the ball, he's not even physically that bad. I don't really know why the 87 Kenny's the same price other than skill moves, because you have to remember the Spanish as well is a lot better. Neymar, just get his 92. Rush, not bad value. Lacazette, potentially pretty good value. Greenwood, I'd rather just get the Lacazette card with the skill moves, to be honest. And a bit better on the ball. This Di Maria, fantastic value. Kevin De Bruyne as well. It's Di Maria, 800k. I used him this weekend to 30-0. Absolutely insane cam. Plays so well in game. The balance I don't really notice. He just feels so smooth on the ball. I use a marksman on him. Let's look what that does again. Makes his shooting really high. He's got the 99 shot power, long shots. He has the outside foot shot trait, which is nice. Ups his physicals a bit, nearly maxes out a lot of the dribbling stats. At cam, he was just unreal. 5-star skills is very nice as well. I just love this card and have so much fun playing with him in game, which is something that I'd find I struggle to have with a lot of the players on this game. At 800k on Xbox, that is just a bargain. He's unreal value, easy to link into Mbappe, central Neymar if you have him. He's Argentinian. Fantastic card, that's a lot of fun to use. De Bruyne, very good card. He's probably the best Prem midfielder. Maybe Pogba's better, I don't know. But this card's 1.3 million cheaper than Pogba, and definitely not 1.3 million worse card. Not as easy to link in as Pogba, obviously, but some good links at Man City still. You can get him and future star Tielemans, who will come to later, for 1 million coins, which is unreal value in itself. Obviously, he has a few issues as a more defensive midfielder, and he's a bit clunky and not quick to be a cam. But he's still a fantastic card with some very, very good stats. Okay. Son, I don't like how Son plays this game, so I wouldn't really recommend him. Sissoko, to me, was just so limited going forward that I can't recommend him at that price. He's one of the more solid, if not one of the best defensive out-and-out defensive mids in the game, but my tactic and how I recommend to play on this game is built around CDMs who can shoot and attack, and he's just a bit clunky and can't shoot well. Hullet, I don't think that's awful value for a Dutch icon who's pretty good in midfield. Not the best, but nearly in the Hullet gang there. Some very good stats. He still plays well. And you have to remember the chemistry link he gives. Mendy, I don't think this card's worth the price. Usman, pretty good value for what he offers. Very good links, very good in game. Maybe not the best price, but I think he's decent value for what he can do. If you look, if we put a chem style on him, that card with a Deadeye, for a 5-star who's rapid, that's shooting, very solid dribbling stats anyway, and he's very easy to link into teams, brilliant. But I'd rather be going for a Di Maria who's just a bit more well-rounded in my opinion for a few hundred grand more. Tal, unreal value, love this card. PS, he's nearly 700k. Maybe that's because on PS there's just so much demand but not as much. There's more supply, but there's a lot more demand because of the player base on PS. A lot of people are raving about this card. He can play anywhere from left back to striker to Lamb to CDM. Insane card, I love him. He's been in my team pretty much ever since he came out. Played CDM this week for me and hit 30, but you can honestly play him anywhere. I played him with an Architect. See how good he is on the ball there, how quick he is. I absolutely adore this card. One of the best value. On Xbox, he's probably the best value card in the game right now. Can fit a job anywhere. If you've got a team worth a few million coins, as a camo striker, he's insane. He can offer you an elite player for cheap. His stats are fairly comparable to Baby Eusebio as a striker. Neymar, very good value. Gold card, that probably the best gold card in the game. Stupidly good for what he offers. With a Deadeye, again on PlayStation for some reason he's a lot more, I don't know. He's a 98 cam though. Just look at that, a 98 cam. This is a gold card. How can a gold card be a 98? Obviously he doesn't have the massive pace and the physicals aren't as insane and those that count towards stats, but for the key technical stats at cam, this Neymar's unreal. He feels so good on the ball. He feels better than the 84 bounce because he has his own dribbling style. Still highly recommend this card. I've used him still recently. He's still OP. He's insane. Can only imagine what his team of the season is going to be like. Douglas Costa helped me at the 30 this weekend. Very, very, very good value. I think Ben Yedder's very good. Zambrota, icon fullback's just not worth the coins. Douglas Costa, you need to put a chem style on him. But when you put a Deadeye on him, he becomes a 94 cam with rapid pace. Very, very good on the ball. He's got the 99 shot part. He felt clinical to me. The finishing from the chem style boost, he didn't really miss any chances. I do believe the chem styles do what they say. He felt very good on the ball. He won quite a few 50-50s with his balance and his strength. I really like this card and think he's not that hard to link in. He's a triple link to Alexandro, which is brilliant as well. I think this card is very good value and probably a bit underrated by a lot of people because of the 75 finishing. Ben Yedder, again, I'm seeing a pattern. A lot of these cards are a lot more on PlayStation. Fantastic card. I'd probably be putting a Hawk on this card, to be honest. Ups his pace, gives him a bit better physicals, shooting's very good. Long shots doesn't matter that much this year because you only really want to be working the ball into the box to shoot. But this card, for an 87, French striker with 5-star weak foot, got good skill moves, very good on the ball. He's an elite striker this year, and he's at a stupid price. I'm using the 83 on my road to glory, and he's unreal. So I can only imagine what big upgraded card versions of him can be. In a team that isn't worth 10 million plus, for this price, he is an absolute bargain. Get to some of the cheaper ones now. Havertz, very, very good card at this price. Open a few up. Ben Yedder there, not too bad a price. It's insane, some of these cards, the prices. Havertz, unreal for that price. He has a few weaknesses on the card, just a few weird stats if anything, but an engine on him is very, very good. It makes him a 96 cam, who's pretty quick, 4-star skills, got the weak foot, his shooting's still good enough. Not the best physically because of the aggression, which is a pretty big one, but he'll be good on the ball. His passing's elite, 300k, and got some very good links in the Bundesliga. I think this Havertz is a bit of a bargain, and I'm surprised how cheap he is, to be honest. Tielemans, one of the best value cards in the game in my opinion, has pretty much everything. He kind of master of all trades, but not master of all trades, jack of all trades, but master of none. He's not insane at anything other than really his passing, but he's pretty much good at everything else. So with Chem Stars, you can turn him into the type of player you want. Links to De Bruyne, links to Pereira, who's very good value as well. Really, really good card for the price. Lasagna, he might be the best value card in the game now, to be fair, ahead of Atal. He's 4 times cheaper and just an unreal ram or striker. I wouldn't really put him at cam because his passing is a bit weak for the central cam, but as a striker, he's just insane. I don't really get how we're getting that insane a card for that price. Look at him with a finisher. With a finisher, his dribbling's not bad. He's got 96 shooting on his card with that, but that's partly because the penalties are so low. But he has 99 shot power, 97 finishing, 99 movement, 97 pace. He's strong, good dribbling, 5-star weak for 4-star skills. In any cheap team, I think this Lasagna is pretty much the best card in the game right now for value. Unreal value. Kane's pretty good value. It's quite a few weaknesses. But once we get to this point, if you're getting 5-star weak foot, there's going to be a few letdowns on the card, I'd say. I've always wished Toni Kroos was quicker on the game because I love him in real life, but he's just unusable. This Kehrer, one of the best value centre backs in the game. His strength is a little bit low, which I don't like, and I want to up his pace a lot. If you got 10 strength and 5 aggression from Anchor, I'd be tempted to do Anchor, but for 5 aggression when it's already elite and 5 strength but not as much pace, I'm just going to go Shadow on him. At 58k though is a bargain. PSG, very easy to link in. Some very good players in the French league as well. 5-star weak foot centre back's not the end of the world. Like, you don't need to have it, but it's a nice boost. Very good on the ball, very solid passing, good dribbling, especially with the weak foot. With a Shadow, he becomes a 91 centre back with very good stats all around. At 58k, brilliant card. Cornet, one of the best value players in the game still, I'd say. This card, again, doesn't really have a massive weakness. I'd probably be looking at a sniper on this card. His shot power's already pretty good. He's very quick, got very good physicals. This makes him really good dribbler. Right wing, if you've got a bit of a cheaper French league team with Mbappe Neymar and you can link him in, 45k, it's just an insane card. If you've got few storylines, AUR can link him in very easily. This Cornet is insane value, and I've seen pros use him in cheap teams and do bits with him. I don't get why he's that cheap. Maybe it's the nationality, the league, position, I don't know, but very well-rounded card. One of the best cards in the game for value. I actually forgot to put him into my attacker's value card. A lot of these just have too many issues for me to really want to recommend them. Might be it. At this point, you can generally get other cards for 20k or better value. Dembele, fantastic value. Dembele, we all know his card. Just put a dead eye on him, he becomes very good. I'm using him on my road to glory. Ferland Mendy's the same. One of the best left backs in the game. And he's only an 80 rated. Anything else? Ben Yedder, normal card. Insane. I'm using him on the road to glory. You can see I use a lot of the cheap 5-star weak foots on the road to glory. 5-star weak foot keeper. Nice. Okay. I think we're pretty much done with the 5-star weak foots. We're getting to a lot of random players now. Hope you've enjoyed that, boys. Thank you very much for watching. If you missed the instructions from yesterday's video, I'm going to add the clip onto the end of this so you can watch it to get the instructions, the explanation about the tactics that I ran yesterday. If you didn't see the tactics video, please check it out. That tactics video helped me get a 30, lots of people have used them and recommend them and love them. I think tactics can make a big difference in improving the game. I appreciate your support so much, boys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you reply to my tweet with the rate your teams, because that's going to be going live tomorrow. Appreciate the support, boys. Have a great evening. Okay, so you can see here, this is how we set up this formation in game, the 4-2-3-1. Some of the pros of this formation is the 2 CDMs that we've got here. The 2 CDMs there offer a barrier that protects this edge of the box here. That edge of the box is the danger zone where most people are going to try and break you down. Having these 2 CDMs here, what happens is they drop back there because we have cover centre cut passing lanes on, and in game having that shield, the 2 CDMs in front of the back 4 makes such a big difference. We have the Lamb and Ram on comeback on defence. That really helps protect the wings. So we only use 3 width in this tactic, but it helps protect the wings so much because we've got the Lamb and Ram doing that. We have the Cam on comeback on defence, which is absolutely brilliant because he helps protect this area here. So with 2 CDMs, Cam and the 2 centre backs protecting the middle of the box, it is really hard for anyone to ever break us down. But what is nice is when we attack, we have to stay back on attacking on the fullbacks, but they still push up. They offer an outlet, so we can go backwards to them. We've got lots of passing options in this formation. I leave the CDMs on balance. That is one of the most crucial parts of this tactic. Leaving the CDMs on balance is so good because what it does is it just means you have all these passing options. All these players can pass to each other. So many passing options that can interchange with each other, and having effectively 6 attackers, and in my team 5 5-star weak foots, just gives me so many options. One of the things that people really struggle with on this game is breaking the opponent down and creating space and good chances. This tactic is here to save you. Even though it's still brilliant defensively, having 6 attackers with the front 4 and the 2 CDMs, there's so many attacking patterns that this formation creates that breaks people down. I always used to not like this formation, struggle with it, but ever since I changed the CDMs from stay back to balance, it's completely revolutionised my game. You'll see gameplay clips in a minute of how I use this, how I use the CDMs, utilise them to create more space. The Lamb and Ram tend to sit out wide, and what happens is they pull the left back and right back out, and the CDMs bomb forward, and then you've got these 2 in the middle, and this middle area of the pitch, they help out there. It's fantastic formation that is very hard for people to defend against. We'll quickly show you the player instructions before we get to explaining how the formation works. We've got stay back on attack while attacking on all the back 4. The CDMs are on cut passing lanes, cover centre, because I want them to sit on the edge of the box and protect the centre backs. Defending is not that hard if you have your midfield in front of you, But as soon as people get past the gap in your midfield and get your defence, that's when trouble happens. So I want the CDMs covering there, but I leave them on balanced attack, which completely revolutionises the attack in this formation. You'll see in some of the clips I show why. Then the cams are all on comeback on defence. I've messed around with the different player instructions like support and crossing's positional freedom. I just found they make better runs in this formation when they're on default, to be honest. The Lamb and Ram are mostly just to make runs down the wing, stretch teams to give me more space in the middle, and sometimes if people pull the defenders out, then they'd get in on goal. And then the striker, stay central, stay forward. I want him central because I've got a lot of width from the Lamb and Ram. I want him in the middle, that's where the danger is on this game. Stay forward because there's no reason to put him on comeback on defence because that doesn't work since a few patches ago. And then mixed attack, because if you put the player on getting behind, all they do is try getting behind, even if their centre-backs are like 6 yards out. Mixed attack, I've tried all of them, it just makes better runs that helps you create more goals.